What's going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
And even though it is sometimes weird to have Amy on an opening video with me that doesn't involve a bundle battle of some kind, this time, as you can see from the title down below, it's a pre-release kit battle. We've literally never done that before on this channel. So it's not going to be Amy versus me, because you guys have seen that in finance terms. You've seen that already. So we brought in some reinforcements. So who do we have with us today? Great. We have... Just give us your name. That's all I need.
Is it now? Do I do my line now?
Yes. Q. What's my line? You just say your name. What's my line?
What is my name? What's my motivation?
So
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. You are total. This is great. I love it. So for those of you that may not be aware, this is our friend Dave. We have mentioned him many times. You can go check him out. You should see in the description below. Should be the link, but you can check him out on www.twitch.tv/DAM314. He has a fantastic community known as the Garnted Cult, which can I say co-founder?
You are
of the Garnted Cult?
You are the namer, the scribe, the I'll find an official. There's an official term for someone who named something and then later was like, "Hey."
So yeah, Dave has a fantastic community over there on Twitch. You should definitely go check him out. But he and I are going to battle it out, and Amy is going to be helping Dave to try to take me down today.
Because I need it.
Yes,
really bad.
In this pre-release pack, I wouldn't say you need it badly, but this is mine, this is Dave's. So as we do with the finance battles, I'm going to give this to Dave to hold on to for now. We are going to do this similarly to the way that we do the bundle battles, where I'm going to open mine first. We will then go to Dave, who's going to open his. We will make our decks off camera, but we will show you the decks prior to the game. We will know each other's decks, and then we will play each other. So I got the blue M20D20. Very fancy, and again, because it's M20, it actually has a 20 on the 20 symbol. I am not going to be giving away the codes in this video from the packs, so you guys can all see that at a later time in other videos, so stay tuned to the channel for that. And my promo, if we zoom in here and see what we have going on, if I can actually get it framed up properly. Yeah, I can do that. Is the Agent of Treachery. So if I pay 7 mana, I get a 2/3 creature. Exactly. That seems awful.
Yes,
7
it does.
blue mana, not green mana.
Right. 5 and 2 blue for a 2/3 creature. But it's called the Agent of Treachery, which means that when it comes into play, I get to just steal one of your things for the game. It's mine now.
Why don't you lose that card?
Oh,
before we play.
Just throw it away.
Yeah, just get rid of it.
Okay.
That's
well,
not a good card.
It's gonna stay over here. Maybe we'll play blue. Maybe we won't. I'll keep the divider on the side, and we have packs to open as well. So for my stuff, inside of our first pack, we have Sorin on the front, but inside of the Sorin pack, if I can actually get it open, we have a Battalion Foot Soldier, a Tectonic Rift, Blood Burglar, I like that card, it's fun, Moment of Heroism, Chandra's Embercat, so if we get some Chandras, they'll be a little bit easier to cast, Boreal Elemental, which is a blue card that works well with my Agent of Treachery, a Wolfkin Bond, fine card, a Frost Lynx, works very well with the Agent of Treachery, a Leafkin Druid, a Reckless Airstrike. My first uncommon is a Diamond Knight. I like this guy quite a bit. My second is, hey look, a blue card in Captivating Gyre. It's a little expensive. And a Herald of the Sun. Speaking of a little expensive, but still, this one gives you some good value for the mana that you spend for it. So, my first rare or mythic that is not a promo is... Jesus! How am I gonna... It's a Mardu legendary mythic in Kaalia? I want to say that correctly. Kaalia Zenith Seeker. She's a 3/3 flyer, but that's a tough mana cost. She also has other abilities, but we will see. We will see if I end up using Kaalia, but hey, it's a mythic. Notably, none of these colors are blue. So there's that. Behind my mythic, we have a Plains and a Golem token with the cool new way of having tokens. My boy, Johnny, is on the front of this pack. Let's see if he can help me out here. On the inside of a Johnny's pack. I'm like throwing the trash at Amy. I hope that's... Sorry, Amy. It's not. Okay. We have an Aerial Assault. Healer of the Glade. A Bone Splinters. That's a good card. We have a Glaring Aegis. Natural End. Shock. Classic. Good card. A Moat Piranhas. Amy likes this card.
Them.
We have a Marauder's Axe. That's pretty cool. We have an Anvil Wrought Raptor. A Rabid Bite. I love Rabid Bites. Oh my god. Such a good card. Pattern Matcher is our first uncommon. A lot of...
I've seen this one before.
I think so. It's the one holding the bunny rabbit.
Oh, I just
Yeah.
can't tell from this distance. It looks kind of weird.
Yeah. We have a lot of artifact creatures. I'm really hoping we get a Steel Overseer. That'd be very, very good here. But anyway, we have a Pattern Matcher as our first uncommon. An Air Elemental as the second. That's good for some blue. And a Fry. So I will be...
love that one.
Yes, I will be nice. And I think we can both do this. There are some color hate cards, and we will be playing an official like best of 3 match. So we can keep color hate cards like this in our sideboards until game 2, and then if we feel like boarding them in, depending on what color the other decks are, we can do that. But we're not going to put that main board, even though we are going to know what the other person's deck is. Yeah, and our next rare or mythic is Jesus. 2 mythics. This is a Johnny, Strength of the Pride. I just I just want to point out these 2 mythics share at least one color. We could totally play both of these.
That's value.
This is a lot of value. I love Ajani, and hey, this was the Ajani pack. I said my boy Ajani was going to help me out. Didn't I say that? And he was in the pack as well. Ajani is fantastic, and I love him. And thank you. So yeah, I'm probably going to be playing some Ajani in my deck against you guys. So you're welcome.
He'll just be coughing up hairballs. It'll be fine.
Yeah, that's all. That's all he does is cough up hairballs. He doesn't gain you life. He doesn't make creatures that get better when you gain life. He doesn't exile all of your creatures when he exiles himself.
I think you expended all of your play luck just getting him in the Johnny pack.
That sounds right. That sounds right. Yeah, all my luck goes away now. Behind a Johnny, a Swamp,
That's a bad omen.
and an Elemental token. This guy's so cool. We're only 2 packs in, even though we have 2 on-color mythics already. Let's go to pack 3.
The full art tokens, I think personally, those reflect more value in just what they express and things like that, rather than the old token creatures, which were just like very small or just said the word on them.
Yeah.
I don't know. Those give me more of a feeling of like I have 6, 1/1 elemental creatures.
Yeah, no, these are gorgeous, and not only that, but the artist, like. So many people are going to want to get these like signed by the artist and stuff at events.
And there's so much space for it that doesn't then interrupt the art of the card.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
The art in this set is just fantastic. I mean, I said it all of the times that we have looked at this set.
Been on Arena and all that stuff,
Yeah. Anytime we've seen any of these cards, again and again, I'm like, oh my god, I love the art. And I say that all the time, but this set definitely kind of has surprised me with how often I love the art.
Right. I mean, notably, this is reprint art, but it's so different on this frame and this new like token style. So yeah, very, very cool.
Kudos to you, Wizards.
Yeah, good job. We have an Anticipate in this pack. We have a Blade Brand. That's a good card. We have an Angelic Gift.
Yeah, I mean, how could you not love the art on that?
On the Angelic Gift?
I mean, come on.
It's gorgeous.
So good.
Really, really cool. A Befuddle. Keldon Raider. Metropolis Sprite. Murder. There's been a murder.
Murder most foul.
Murder's a very good card. Pacifism, also a very good card.
No, I don't like that card.
Why? I love that card.
My big green stompy creatures don't need to be pacified. They need to be big and stompy.
Hey, if you want to play a green deck, maybe you'll open some of these. Ferocious Pup.
Oh, yeah.
Look at him. Look at that little adorable...
0/1 that comes with ma.
Yeah, exactly. Our first uncommon is another... This is the third pack in a row where my first uncommon is an artifact. But this one is a Blood-Soaked Altar. At least the first two were creatures. This is a Blood-Soaked Altar.
I don't see any blood on it.
You don't?
No.
What's this red line going right down the middle? Right
That's
here?
red?
Yes.
Oh, It looks black.
That's old blood.
I
not
mean,
very
it is
good.
old blood.
it's soaked in blood. It's the altar
Your
soaked in
creature's
blood.
going to come out real dry.
We have a tome-bound lich. So it's got its phylactery or whatever you want to call it. And a Loaming Shaman, which I believe used to be a rare. It's a reprint. It's not very good in this limited
I don't
format,
like
but
him.
It's not very good in limited. It's not. Like,
when
there
I
are
was-
cards that care about that, but...
In Mini Masters, I got him, and he is absolutely useless in Mini Masters.
Yeah, I mean, he's a 3-mana 3/2, but yeah, that's about all he's got for you. But speaking of hopefully things that they've got for me, my next rare or mythic is a Gargos Vicious Watcher.
Very nice.
So now, notably, this is a cool card. Notably, it's in green, and it's triple green, which means it's going to be very hard to play with a Johnny or Kalia. So, yeah, I don't know that this guy makes it in. Also, I believe I have a foil. So behind it, we have a Jungle Hollow.
Nice.
So it can help me splash green if I really want to, but that's only
Is it
one green.
hollow?
Yes. Doesn't sound hollow. And my foil is a foil uncommon in Goblin Ringleader.
I love
Nice.
him.
Yeah, he's really cool.
So cute.
He's adorable. I don't have a lot of goblins. Maybe if I get a bunch more, I'll play this, although I'm not exactly sure.
Man,
At this
it's a
point,
goblin deck. Everyone has one. They hide it from people. Once you build it, you just you like hide them away.
but the foiling pattern on this is awesome. His shovel, his eyes, all his like accoutrement on his like belt buckles and stuff. This is really cool. Looks really nice in
Yeah.
foil. All right, so behind him, a zombie token as well. Really cool.
Terrifying.
Right? So we are halfway through. We have 3 more packs to go. We're going to start with this Mu Yanling pack. There we go.
If she's in that pack, I'm gonna be really mad. Just as
I'm not, because I'm going to have to try to make a 4-color deck to play her. Or I just play blue-white and don't play Kalia.
Definitely play a
Yes, a
four-color deck.
4-color deck with no
no,
fixing.
no. You don't play 4-color like a chump. You play all color good stuff.
We have an Undead Servant to start in this, but I really don't want to do that. We have a Dawning Angel. We have a Disenchant.
Oh, my favorite.
Disenchant's classic. We have a
That's
Fathom.
like one of my favorite arts.
The
too.
Disenchant?
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Contrast is just insane.
Yeah,
Let us know what you think in the comments.
absolutely. Fathom Fleet Cutthroat. We have a Destructive Digger, a Winged Words, very good card. Divination, but cheaper if you have a flying creature. A Thicket Crasher, Griffin Protector, Gift of Paradise. That is some fixing, but it's in green, so maybe not. A
You can
Chandra's
play your
Gargos Watcher thing.
thingamabob.
Yeah, but maybe.
Splash that fish color, Joe. Do it.
Chandra's Embercat. God's Willing is the first uncommon. So here's that protection that Dave was worried about.
So, just as a personal thing, out of now over 40 packs of Magic the Gathering cards from your channel and a couple other channels and my personal opening, that is the first protection from anything that I have seen this week.
Yeah.
At all.
So here you go. Here's God's Willing. It isn't uncommon because protection is quite strong. So here's God's Willing. That will probably make it in if I play a Johnny. Just saying. 'cause this
Protection
card's
from
great.
color of...
Your choice. You choose a color and it gets protection from
no.
that. It's an instant, so you just do whatever the hell you want. Oh no. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it sounds it.
Definitely don't pair
How
that
much
with
does it cost?
with the Hydra.
1 white mana.
Wow.
1 white mana. So yeah, there's God's Willing. We
That's
have
a really good card.
we have a Rapacious Dragon and a Warden of Evo's Isle,
Nice.
which makes my flyers cheaper. And is a
Yeah.
flyer himself. My next rare or mythic is... it is a Thunderkin Awakener. I actually don't like this card that much, but that's fine. It is a Thunderkin Awakener. They can't all be winners, folks. That's really what we've learned here today. Thunderkin Awakener is a fine card, but I haven't really seen a ton of elemental strategies.
What one of the kin things was really good?
That is a very broad question. I
remember.
do not recall, unfortunately.
Maybe it was a green one.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I'm not sure. But, I mean...
We will probably see it, or
Maybe.
maybe not.
we have a forest behind that, and the gorgeous elemental bird token.
Oh my god.
It's so pretty. Mu is the only thing that makes them, but still.
But that one's not full art.
Yes, it is. Oh no! You're
it's
absolutely. That is so weird.
Well, it's 'cause it's
it's
got
because it's got
effect.
flying. It's got flying. It has to have the text box on there to let you know what it is. But yeah, a Johnny is in our next pack. A Johnny helped me out last time. I don't know that I can ask more of him, to be fair. I think he helped me out when he was supposed to help me out, and that was about it.
Yeah, I think he
Johnny,
showed up.
you take a rest, my friend. We're good here.
Wow.
Yeah, you
Aren't we
need
confident?
some more green cards.
Yeah.
Perhaps some more red to help that along.
Actually, red is on Kalia, so maybe not. If I play that.
Just to, you know what? I think you need more incentive to make that 5-color wonder deck.
So then you want me to get more blue and green then, I assume.
You've got enough blue cards.
That's fair.
I think.
So we start with Inspired Charge, Moment of Heroism, 2 white cards in a row. A Barony Vampire, Boreal Elemental number 2, it's a good card. Wolfkin Bond number 2, Frost Links again, Leafkin Druid, make more green.
That was the one I liked.
Oh, okay. Leafkin Druid's fine. It adds a green or adds 2 green if you have 4 or more creatures. So there's that. Reckless.
03.
Yeah, he's
So
not
for chump
terrible.
blocks.
He blocks pretty well. Reckless Airstrike. Convolute, a counterspell. Another artifact uncommon, or artifact first uncommon, in Manifold Key. Corpse Knight. It's the misprint one. All right. So this is a 2/3. If and when either of us play this card, we will appropriately play it as a 2/2 because that is how you have to play it. But this is a reprint, which means it is worth something because I believe the reprints are only in pre-release kits. So it's pretty fun. This is my second
That's
one.
what we have been told.
Yes, that's what it seems. But hey, I have another misprint Corpse Knight, so that's cool.
When are they bringing back Black Knight and White Knight?
They brought it back in Dominaria, or at least functional reprints in Dominaria.
Pardon me as I have to go back to...
It was they had like hexproof from black and hexproof from white as opposed to
Still.
protection or whatever. Yeah.
Still, I want
Yep. So that's my second. My third uncommon is a Woodland Champion. So my next rare or mythic, my second to last, in fact, is a Night Pack Ambusher. This card's great, actually.
Maybe it was the Wolfkin Bond one that I'm thinking.
Oh, maybe. It gives +2/+2 and makes a 2/2 wolf, so that's not bad.
That
And
probably-
with this and my Ferocious Pup, yeah, this is actually really good. We get 2 Wolfkin Bonds and a Ferocious Pup in this. These are some
color good
tough
stuff.
choices. All right, so behind the Night Pack Ambusher, we have a Swiftwater Cliffs because I do believe we have another foil.
There you go. Now you can go 5-color.
5-color good stuff.
And my foil is a foil common in Fire Elemental.
Oh, yes, please.
That foiling pattern is really nice. Do you want this card? Is that what you're saying? That
Maybe.
you can have it. I don't care. It's so this card is a reprint and was first printed in Alpha Fire Elemental.
Wow.
So there you go.
Yeah.
It's been printed multiple times since, but this is originally printed in Alpha. So here's a Fire Elemental, sweet foiling pattern, by the way. So cool. In the fire of it is in foil, which means it's going to look fantastic.
Yeah, definitely one of those cards where when you see the art, you go, oh, that would be awesome in foil. I'm seeing it in foil. That is true.
It's pretty awesome. So behind the Fire Elemental, we have a Soldier token as well.
Ooh.
We have one more pack left for me. Now, like I said, then we will cut to
So I
Dave's.
enjoy the format that we're doing this because normally I'm not so talkative when other people are looking at their cards. Because, you know, when you're at pre-releases and you're standing over someone going, do 5-color good stuff. The judges technically go over and ask you not to harass the other players. But since it's here, I feel like I can give myself the best advantage by just imparting ideas.
This will definitely be a tough deck build, I feel like. We have a Battalion Foot Soldier, a Tectonic Rift.
Oh, right. See that? 5-color good stuff?
Yeah, no. Tectonic Rift is a garbage card, and you know it is.
You have a whole play set of it. Seriously.
Mind Rot, Moorland Inquisitor, Griffin Sentinel,
Yeah, you don't need that.
a Fortress Crab.
Yay.
Amy definitely loves
Terrifying art.
The big, it's awesome.
Terrifying
It's
art.
awesome.
Look at those two tiny eyes
He's
looking at you going,
Yeah.
He's adorable.
He's a 1/6 for 4.
He's so cute.
exactly. He's going to not really hurt you all that much, but he's going to be there forever.
He's adorable.
We have a Centaur Courser, another Fire Elemental.
God.
A Bone to Ash, so another
Oh,
counter spell. A Gorging Vulture. I do not like this card at all. A Loyal Pegasus. I do like this card, though. My God, this card's good. And it's our first uncommon. Cerulean Drake is the second uncommon. And Ogre Siegebreaker is the third. my final rare or mythic, because I do not have a foil in this pack. So my final rare or mythic is... Oh, God. First of all, I knocked all the cards over. But it is a Rotting Regisaur. It is 2 and a
Very
green.
good card.
2 and a green for a 7/6 dinosaur. 3 mana for a 7/6.
what does it do,
5
though?
colors.
At the beginning of my upkeep, I just have to discard a card. But I get a 7/6 creature.
So I'm gonna just if you look away for a minute.
You're just gonna burn this pile of cards. I'm gonna start all over.
Although you know what? No, that's really a sign that you should definitely have some green, some black. You've got some really good blue cards that you started with. You've got all those planeswalkers. You should definitely 5-color good stuff.
I think what it means. I think what it means is I might just have to go 2 colors and maybe not do Kalia. I don't know. We'll
How
see.
dare you?
Maybe we go 3 colors and still not do Kalia,
colors.
or 3 and not use Kalia.
I would say you have to go 3.
Yeah, that's fine. You would say that.
I would say
Okay.
that, wouldn't I?
Behind the Rotting Regisaur is a mountain and a treasure token.
Oh.
So we are going to cut away, and we will be right back with Dave's opening. So, as promised, here is Dave's kit. It is different than mine, but we will see how different, if there is value, if there is not value. Dave, why don't you rip into that sucker and see what you and Amy technically get. This is my kit, so if Dave opens value, I'm going to be super happy, but, you know, then
I'll
when it
just
comes
be pleased for now.
when it comes to
until
game
later
time.
when I leave and I go, oh. And the value stays here.
Yeah. So, fancy sideways boxes as we saw earlier.
No promo codes for you folks today.
As I said, we will.
So
we'll talk about it. Yeah, it's the white card here. You'll need your promo. That is the only thing you'll need there.
our D20, by the way, is
Another
how
blue one.
fitting.
Okay. All right. Another blue D20. Interesting. I do have all 5, but I'd still like some variation in the extras that I get. So the 6 packs, as we've seen, and Dave's promo, which he will hold up for all of you, is Dave.
Knight of the Ebon Legion, a 1-drop for 1/2. This is a good sign.
So notably, if you get Sorin, by the way, that card is insane with Sorin, because Sorin likes vampires, and that card is a very good vampire. So
Well, we shouldn't get Sorin because Sorin is the worst.
Amy doesn't like Sorin, but Sorin works really well with that knight. And if you can, see if you can try to like pick it up and catch the foiling pattern in the light a bit. I don't know if
Well, I like that even at this angle, you look the red blood on the sword.
Yes.
Look at that.
Yes, it's so cool. Now, Amy had made a comment.
Yeah, where I had asked if the blood was magical or not or something, or if the redness was magic
Or blood.
blood.
Right. But because
it's like the way it's coming off of the blade
Yes.
is very odd.
Yes, but because it's a vampire, it's clearly blood. So,
He
yes.
could have.
It's
He
just
could be
magical
like
blood.
like
Yes.
right through like a.
Yep,
Like
pretty much.
and so the blood is fresh.
No, but the
Newly departed,
It's a little harder to tell in the foil, but in the other art, you can see how the blood kind of very awkwardly comes off of the blade. It's clearly magical blood.
Or magically manipulated in some way. by a
Yes,
vampire.
yes.
That's fair.
There's magic at play in the way it's removing itself from the blade.
Yeah. So
Well, we have a deck. Let's just put these
you just
somewhere
have to,
else.
you just have to really hope for Sorin. That is a fine card. If you're playing black at all, I would recommend it. So we start with Dave starts with a Mu Yanling pack. Dave, I'm curious because these packs are a little bit new style-wise in terms of how they're sealed, but you got it immediately. So there you go. Haha, fancy. All right.
It does help that I've been playing Mini Masters lately. Otherwise, I would have definitely been like, "Whoa!"
Struggling through it or whatever. So just flip it over and
So they thickened up the packs, but they thinned out the cards.
Well,
Sorry,
but the cards have different finishes on them these days.
So we've got Anticipate, not the color we need. So already off to a bad start. We've got Unholy Indenture.
Yes. which is okay. You can put it on a creature, and then if that creature dies, it comes back to your side of the field with a +1/+1 counter. Notably, you can put that on my creatures as well as your own.
Indentured servitude.
Oh, there's a certain dinosaur that I'm gonna really like.
Nice.
We will board him out real fast.
Indentured servitude has gained a whole nother level here with
Yes.
that card.
Exactly.
Next, a card that needs and should probably get no introduction. Inspiring Captain.
Yes, very inspiring.
Yes, apparently.
He'll give your whole team +1/+1
Yeah, I guess.
for that one turn.
Bone Splinters.
Yeah.
We've got a Centaur Corsair. A Fire Elemental. We've discussed those, but a good card.
Yes.
Potentially going in some red.
Right. 5
I-
mana, 5/4s.
My background is in green, like old school, big smashy green. So when I see cards that cost 5, I get all excited and itchy.
It's not bad. It's definitely not a bad card at all.
See, when I see cards that cost 5, I decide that they're trash.
We are going to synergize so well because you're going to be the better force. Where I'm going to be like, and you're going to be like, we don't have the mana for that. And I'm like, fine.
Okay, you're
We'll put another Bone Splinters in. And our next card is Cloudkin Seer.
a very
A
good card.
flying 2/1 for 3.
And when it enters the battlefield, you draw a card. It's a
I like
very
it.
good card.
I like it.
Yeah, very good.
Oh, you know what? That must be the kin card. That
Oh
was
yeah,
thinking.
no, and that
'Cause
card's
that's
fantastic.
A damn good
It's
card.
fantastic. Yes.
And
Good
so
point.
you'll have to cue me on so you change over to our mythic or rare. Is,
Oh yeah, so you're not there yet. You'll
got-
have 3 uncommons and then the rare. Mythic.
Okay.
But I'll clue you in. That's
So we've got Wolfkin Bond. Well, I don't want to throw off the viewers at home.
That's fair.
They're hearing an unfamiliar voice. They're strange days. But
Oh,
we've
look,
got
a Wolfkin, but you should give that
Wolfkin
to
Bond.
me. I've got that Night Pack Ambusher. And
I think we're going to forget that this card is here. We're going to move on to an Infuriate.
It is infuriating.
Oh, one of my favorite prospects. It's so easy to infuriate people at a Magic event. You just take an extra 6 seconds to stare at cards. You ask for the judge every time someone does something. It's great. It's great.
Lovely. Some people may have just been tilted hearing you say that.
Remember,
I'm
DM314 at
triggered, Dave.
twitch.tv.
I'm triggered.
That's right.
DM314 at twitch.tv. Tell me all about it.
That's a good card too. I didn't get any of those.
Silverback Shaman. I love this card.
Yeah.
It's a 5/4 trample for 5.
Right. Yeah,
he's
And
pretty
when
badass.
it dies, I get a card.
Right.
So
It's a very
it's
good
it's helping to build for the future.
It's also a common. Here's your first uncommon, and it's a misprint Corpse Knight.
Ow!
That's so cool. So that's your first, your second uncommon.
So
Sorry.
just for all intent and purposes, you told this to me, but people who are watching may
Yeah.
not be aware
Yeah.
that. So it's on the card. It says it's a 2/3.
Right.
But when you play it in a game,
Right. And
it
that's-
is a 2/2.
Right, and that's what I was saying earlier. If and when either of us, I don't know yet what my deck is going to be, but if either of us ends up playing this Corpse Knight, we have to play it as a 2/2, despite the fact that the card is printed as a 2/3. So do not worry, we will play it correctly as a 2/2. And if and when you see this card, do not forget it is a 2/2.
Yeah. It doesn't need to be a 2/3. That's too much.
Yeah,
You're
it's
wasting
got a
your
fine
time.
effect. So yeah, your second uncommon.
Renowned Weaponsmith.
Yeah, and this guy cares about artifacts. You haven't really gotten a ton of those yet, but it is possible. And your third and final is
Scampering Scorcher.
that's right.
Wow.
This pack is really trying to get me to alliterate.
So that guy wants to be in the elemental deck because he's an elemental himself, and when he enters the battlefield, he creates 2 more elementals for you.
He
So,
is gorgeous.
and
He's very cool.
And he
Yes.
costs 4. So I like him.
I think it could cost more. I really think that they could have thrown another
Another
one here
red pip on
or
there or
another red
whatever.
pip on there.
Yep.
I
Scratched
do-
a green.
I do like the silverback, though. I will say that.
Silverback is good. And
He
so
costs
yes,
5.
as Dave said, the rare.
And our mythic or rare is Repeated Reverberation.
So-
if you can say that
More
5 times fast, contact me.
So it takes spells that you might cast and doubles them or triples it.
So
You
now we
basically
just
cast
need a
a spell.
really good damage spell,
Right.
and we'll be in the money.
That's right. And,
And
you,
that's
I-
a great art.
as
too.
far as I
love
know, I
it.
don't think you have any yet. I mean,
No,
Bone
nothing
Splinters
yet.
is a thing, but
So we've got a Plains and a Golem. Hooray!
nice. Very nice. So
He's
go
so
ahead.
cute.
Your next
So
pack has
We've
Soren
got
on it.
Our
Hey, look
friend
at that.
Soren.
Look at that. Maybe
my
you'll get
friend.
him. It's not Amy's friend, but I'm telling you, with your promo that you opened, he'd be a very good synergy with that card.
I
you
don't
just
give
said.
a damn.
Okay, Amy does not give a
Started
damn,
to- I
everyone.
was gonna say Soren's giving me some trouble opening. You're jinxing it, Amy.
Yeah. Well, don't forget, my second pack had a Johnny on it and had a Johnny in it. So this is your second pack, and it had Soren on it, so it could have Soren in it. Just throwing
And
it
our
out.
first card is not Soren. All right.
It's a pack full of Sorens.
Wow, what a misprinted R.
That'd also be terrible. You'd have a whole. They're legendary. You can only play one at a time.
We'll just
But we'd
keep.
have a play set of him.
You'd have more than a playset. If it's the whole pack, you'd have 15
but we could only
Soren.
put 4 in the deck.
No, not in limited. In limited, you can play as many of anything that you open as you would like. Did you not know that?
No.
Both of you. No. Okay, so yeah, if you open 6 of the same common,
This
you
is
can play
why
all
I
6.
usually. I'm only drafting. Like I'm
No, draft
really.
is the same thing. If you see 6 commons or whatever, pick them all.
Well, yeah.
You can draft. You
That
can play
I
as
knew,
many, you
but
can play
this
as many as
is
you like.
this is a different form.
Yeah. Yep.
So our first card is Befuddle.
Yeah.
Once again, something that I do when I play Magic in public places. Our next one is Barony Vampire.
That's right. So again, with Soren, it's just a generic 3/2 vampire. But if you get Soren who cares about vampires, it becomes more playable. Otherwise, it's just a generic 3/2 for 3, which is whatever.
Next up is Soul Mender.
I should have had that with my card that cares about my Johnny's
He's a good
Pride
one.
Mates.
And
Just
this
gain a
is
life every
this,
turn.
yeah. This is just a free guy that at the beginning you could chump block him.
Yep.
Or late game chump block
Yep.
him if you have nothing else going on.
But otherwise, at the end of your opponent's turns, you're just like gain a life, gain a life, gain a life.
Oh yeah.
He's fine. I don't know that he's amazing. I might not recommend that you guys put him in, but it
No.
depends on what else.
Well,
you
there's
get.
nothing indicating that we should use him
So
yet.
far, yeah. But I mean, depending on what your other rares and mythics are, we will see.
Our next card is an Anticipate.
Aha!
Anticipation.
I was curious as to where you're going. Good job. You got me. You got me on that one. Yeah, that helps you fix your draws, fix your, get some card advantage, etc.
Amy, we're gonna need these. Our next card is a Reckless Airstrike. Oh, I love the
He's
art
very,
on that
very
one.
cute,
Isn't he
and I will
great?
say that card is much more of a sideboard card because it cares about creatures with flying and artifacts.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm depending on what I end up with, you may be able to board that in after game 1, depending on what you see. So, yeah.
And our next card is Convolute,
A counterspell. Countered unless I pay 4.
which is just enough to really make some of these really expensive spells not worth it.
Pretty much. So yeah,
Our next is Griffin Sentinel,
good card.
Flying Vigilance.
1/3 flyer. Yeah,
Oh,
pretty good.
love Vigilance Flyers.
Yep, and especially on a 1/3, like it's a good blocker, good attacker.
You can start poking people and you don't have to worry about being open when you do it.
That's right.
Our next one is Fortress Crab.
Hey, I love
All
that.
right, you're definitely in, bro. You're in, no probs.
Amy
Our
loves him.
next
he gets
card
it.
is Centaur Corsair.
Yep,
Yeah,
3/3.
we're moving right on. We're going to the Fire Elemental.
Another fire
Wait
elemental.
a minute.
Another
We've
fire
seen that
elemental.
combo before.
Lots of vanilla creatures.
Our next card
Is your first uncommon.
Season of Growth.
That's right.
Ooh. That could be that fire elemental may have found a home. Our next one is Apostle of Purifying Light.
That's right.
Nice.
Look. It has
Protection
protection
black.
from black.
Well, we'll see what kind of deck you build, and then we'll see what kind of cards we may or may not hastily squeeze in there super quickly. I like the idea of exiling from the graveyard, especially when you're dealing with a lot of deck types. But
Oh, yeah.
Any of these cards I can just have in my collection to just sit on.
Oh, yeah.
Super good.
That's important too. And your final uncommon.
Is Yarok's Wave Crasher.
That's right. I sometimes say Yarok, but I cannot promise you that that's the correct way to say it. So Yarok is just as
Dude Bros Wave Crasher. Sounds about right.
He's a 4/4 for 4, and when he comes into play, you have to return another creature you control to its owner's hand. But what that means is if you don't have another creature, you just play that 4/4 for 4 and you're fine.
Okay.
Or if you have a creature that has an enter the battlefield effect, when it enters the battlefield that does something, you return it, and then you can play it again, and you're fine.
Or, if you're playing fast and loose with with an opponent's creature, they got to deal with the fact that they got to buy it again. They bought it, you drove it around, and then crashed it.
And so then your next rare or mythic.
I love that you just said 4/4 for 4.
Why?
Like, I just want a deck that's just 4 for 4s.
Ooh, well, look.
Let's see if we can't do that.
If Joe loses, he's gonna get a big old
Flood of Tears.
It's a fine card. It's not amazing, but it's cool.
God. So this is a nice card that, I mean, if you have 6 mana on the board and you need a board wipe, you're in a lot more trouble than just board wipe.
Right. And that's the problem, is that you've just paid 6 mana for it. You return all my things, and then you have to pass the turn to me because you probably don't have more than 6 mana. So you've returned all of your things as well, and now I just get to go and replay a bunch of my stuff, and then you're already behind again. So
Although, if it's a lot of tokens, and especially if they're big in tokens,
Yeah, exactly.
this could really pay for itself.
good point. Very good point.
And
Behind it.
is this our rare mythic?
No, that was your rare. That was your rare right there. So now you just have your land and your token, unless you have a foil, which I do not believe you do.
No. Mountain and a spirit.
Everything's cool. Spirits are cool. Mu Yanling is on this next pack for Dave and Amy.
So I'm just saying, I'm leaving if we draw a Mawu. He's not in here.
Mowu is not in there. Although, I will point out, Jiang Yanggu, who is the owner of Mowu, is the companion planeswalker to Mu Yanling, who is on that pack.
So, by
And
the
who
way,
could be inside of any of these.
if you're not understanding the Mawu joke, you should indefinitely check out the past video.
We did a sponsored stream for when we were a sponsored creator. We just did a bunch of different games, and there were Mowus aplenty.
And you should definitely check out the conundrum that Joe and Amy had with having 2 Mowus, then having no Mowus, and then the opponent did the Mowus. It was bad. It was a bad time for Mowu.
Mowu everywhere.
Our first card in this new pack is Sorcerer of the Fang.
That's right.
Leaning towards black, Amy. We're looking for
Notably,
6. Oh, but it's creature, target opponent, or planeswalker.
Right,
So
right.
for 6, I mean, there's worse than a 1/3 for 2.
yeah, and notably, even though it's a Sorcerer of the Fang, it's not a vampire. It's a human wizard.
Wizard.
Oh.
Very weird. Anyway,
He just worships vampires.
I bet the flavor text gives a little clarity to that.
Maybe.
Our next card is Feral Invocation. A flash enchantment, which is always good.
gives +2/+2 for 3. It's pretty nice.
Super good on my... So you're declaring no blockers? All right, great. Well,
Exactly. Take an extra 2, and
Here
it stays there
comes.
forever. Yep.
next is Moorland Inquisitor. We definitely have seen him before.
It's a 2-mana 2/2, and you can tap 3 to give it first strike until end of turn. That
Our
can be
next
on my
card
turn, your turn. Oh, look.
Is another Unholy Indenture.
That's right. Put it on my things, your things.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of good black.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Our next card is Bone to Ash.
More
God.
counter spells. And you have some good blue.
Yeah.
We saw that.
And we get to draw a card.
That's right.
Our next is Gorging Vulture.
That's right.
Reading these cards upside down, by the way, I envy Joe.
It's a definitely a learned skill, I assure you.
I can do it with my students, but goodness gracious.
It's not the easiest thing in the world, I assure you.
Our next card is a Scorch Spitter.
I like him. Amy likes
Nice.
him too.
I do love him.
Yeah.
He's so adorable.
He's
I
very
want
cool.
him as a
Wow.
pet.
So he technically does 2 damage to...
If
if
you take it, it's 2, but as soon as he attacks, it's an automatic 1. Really nice. Really cool. And he's an elemental if you have things that care about elementals, which so far I haven't seen a ton of that synergy for you guys, but it is available in the set.
He's not an elemental. He's a lizard.
He's an elemental lizard. It literally
is.
says it.
Both.
Oh,
He's got a card-carrying member to both... And,
Oh, look at him. He's covered in fire. He's like Charmander.
Fuego.
it's not like Charmander. He's cool.
Oh,
I-
Charmander's not cool?
Although
No.
the size of him with the... See that dinner fork? and that tankard of...
he's very
Yeah.
little.
Isn't he adorable? Don't you just want to have him?
No, he's made of magma. How would you pet him?
He's adorable.
You know what, though? I own a cat, and so is that not like owning an animal that's on fire? It
Yeah.
really...
Well, I mean, to be fair, if you open it, there's also Chandra's Ember Cat, which is a cat made of fire. So there you go.
So it's a cat. I fail to see why they would add that extra word for no reason. But our next card is a Brightwood Tracker. Oh, this will be one that I'm going to get a closer look at.
It does some interesting things. I don't know that I love it, but it's a 2/4 creature, which is fine.
Yeah.
If you need that. So yeah.
Our next card is Daggersail Aeronaut.
It's a goblin, but it flies
like
on
him
your
'cause
turn.
he's
Yeah, on your turn only.
Yep, but that's
Although-
fine. He's a 3/2, so maybe he doesn't want to block. You just attack with him. That's all.
And now our next card is Octoprophet.
Octoprophet.
One of my favorites, and
It's
this
so
would
cool.
definitely be a card you'd want to send back so you can scry more
Very good point.
to figure out what's
With your-
going on.
with your Yarok's Wave Crasher.
I love all the prophets.
Yes, Amy's a big fan of Mad Prophet from one of the older sets as well. Very good card.
Mad prophet.
And that's what these cards will provide
this
us
card's
with.
so good. That's your first
Gruesome
uncommon.
Scourger. We are definitely leaning into black.
Yeah, so he deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control to a creature, or that should just say and a Johnny Planeswalker based on what I opened, but it says or Planeswalker.
now.
Or sorry, player or opponent or Planeswalker, not creature. Sorry, I misspoke.
Our next one is a Lightning Stormkin.
Blue-red for a 2/2 flying haste. Very good card. Very good. I don't know if you have the red for it yet, but you do have repeated reverberation over here. But like you have 3 rares so far in black, red, and blue.
We
So,
could
who knows?
splash. We
You
could
could.
splash.
It's definitely a possibility.
And our Mythic or Rare.
No, you got one more uncommon
I'm
still.
just trying to jump
Sorry.
the gun here.
Sorry.
Overgrowth Elemental.
That's a fine
A
card.
classic
Cares
green
about elementals,
critter.
right? Or does it?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So there you
yeah.
go. More elemental synergies. Now
going-
you're rare or mythic.
Is brought back. Like it.
Okay.
Like it.
So now, notably, it is something that you could use with repeated reverberation, but you'd need 6 mana to do it. But yeah, you can return 2 target permanents from your graveyard to the battlefield, or from the battlefield, and put them back on the battlefield tapped. So if you kill a bunch of things, like you just attack out and I have like really optimal blocks, but my creatures die in the process, you could repeat a reverberation, brought back, and bring back up to 6 things.
Oh, yeah.
Which is pretty crazy.
And we've got a Tranquil Cove.
So white or blue.
Very nice. And another Golem token.
All right.
I like it.
Yeah. You are halfway through. You have 3 more packs remaining, which is good because, my God, you have 4 different rares and 4 different colors in those rares.
Yep, we're definitely building towards 5 color good stuff.
Hey,
don't
I
you
heard
worry.
that's a good idea.
It really is, and if you're not playing it now, you really should
Yeah,
be.
I've heard.
No table required for mtgarena.com.
That's right.
And our pack opens with Steadfast Sentry.
That guy is a lot better than he looks. I got trounced by that card at pre-release. Oh, God.
Yeah,
he's
because
a
even
lot
if you
better.
manage to get rid of that problematic 3/2, it gives a 1/1 token on something
It
else.
does. It makes me not want to kill him ever.
And it don't tap.
That's right. He also has vigilance. It's rough.
Our next card is an Act of Treason.
You were just talking about if you take my stuff.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Oh, yeah. Making your stuff go away.
Ooh, that guy's good. You were talking about
Audacious Thief.
dipping into black. It's a 2/2, and when it attacks, you draw a card and lose a life. It's worth it. Trust me, it's worth it. That's a great card.
That's
very
why
good.
it's a common.
Yeah.
Daybreak Chaplain is our next friendo.
1/3 lifelink.
Yeah.
Very good.
Another Infuriate. Ooh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, repeated reverberation as well. So 4 mana, and that's only 1 mana, so you could give 3 creatures +3/+2, or you give 1 creature +9/+6. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, God.
We can make our really nice 1/6 crab into something even more
Oh my
terrifying.
God, it'd be a 10/12. Yeah, and you could do it in response. Like if you attack and I'm like, oh, I won't block. You're like, good, +9/+6 on this guy for 5 mana. Yep, that'd be a really bad time for me.
If we reverberate Infuriate,
Yeah.
could we just get you to do the Charlie Brown like, oh, next is all right. We're going into some cards
Good for
that I'm
you.
familiar with and want. Pacifism.
Good card.
Make your creatures not so infuriated.
That's true.
Next, we've got a growth cycle.
Yeah.
Nice.
him.
It's your
5
first
color good
one.
stuff.
It's your first one, but if you get more, it gets better. Because it's 2 mana for +3/+3, but if you have more in your graveyard, it's an additional +2/+2 on top of that. So yeah.
Our next is a Pack Mastiff.
You technically want more than one of those if you want to play it, but
yeah.
it's not a terrible card.
2/2 for 2.
And then you can pump it, but it pumps all Pack Mastiffs, so that's why I'm saying you want more than one. That's all.
Well, if our opponent has any.
I don't think it. Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, a negate. First of all, gorgeous art. Amy loves that art. I know
Yes.
that.
I do.
And
Truly.
it's another counterspell.
Our next card, and agonizing, was looking at that Z going, ooh, agonizing siphon?
Yeah, you got it.
Agonizing siphon.
Yeah, it's look at the colors on that
That's
one too. Amy.
another art that it blows my mind.
Yeah, that one in foil
Love
would
it.
be cool too.
We're going into black ink.
It's
That I'm okay with.
Black
3 damage
and-
and gain
If-
3
if,
life.
If you start saying black white, we're gonna have a problem. But I'm all about the black.
that would be a lot of mana, but duplicating that with repeated
Oh my
reverberation,
god.
it's a lot of mana. It's a lot of mana to spend. But hey, anyway, after that, what else you got? Ooh,
A Diamond Knight who fits into almost every scheme.
literally every color. Well, because you choose a color and he gets a counter every time you play a spell of that color.
Oh,
really
yeah.
good. He's a good card. I like him.
I like them.
I got one too,
He's in.
and he's your first uncommon.
Our next uncommon is Bright Beetle. Blight Beetle.
Yes.
No, he's
like
bright.
him.
Look at him. Look at he's got.
You like him?
Very bright.
He's pro green. So usually
we'll
he
see
gets to
how-
be right. It depends on what I'm playing, but
Yeah.
usually I don't start him. But if you really want to start him, you're welcome to. It kind of depends.
Ooh, that other effect is
Exactly.
nasty.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah,
If we could just get him protected.
yeah. And your third uncommon. Hey!
Ooh, Chandra.
It's an uncommon planeswalker. The only one in the whole set is Chandra. Sorry, Dave. Please.
No,
feel free to
I like
read
this.
her
I'm
name off
actually
as
just
well.
really. I'm looking at the effects here.
Yes.
I'm already trying to build a plot here.
She's good. she cares about elementals.
This will be good. Mm-hmm. And our
Rare or mythic?
mythic or rare is. You get this one.
I was like, come on, please try to read it. It's a Tremis, all-seeing.
A Temesis?
a Tremis.
There's no R.
Yeah, there is. Oh, a Tempsis. Excuse
Tempsis.
me. A Tempsis. You're right. My mistake.
Boom!
Hey, you know what? It's been a while, and I'm all the way over here. But that's fine.
Wow,
A
you-
Trempsis. A
I'm
Tempsis.
just stoked about these cards.
Yeah, that's a very good card.
I'm getting all excited and trying to already build a plot of a deck, even though we haven't finished opening all the
I mean,
cards
it's your
yet.
second blue rare, so there's that.
We've got an island and another golem token.
Yeah, all
it's
the
a
golems.
sign.
All the golems.
It's a sign that we should get some golem token creators.
2 more packs to go. That is a Sorin pack. Let's
All right,
see what Sorin has.
we're getting some clear indicators that we should have a black deck, but what we put with it is an entirely attacking, blocking, key skills.
We'll see how that works for us.
Beginning with Maniacal Rage.
More good cards for your red.
We've got a Soul Salvage.
There you go. That's a way to get stuff back from your graveyard.
We've got Raise the Alarm,
Make
a
some
good way to
tokens.
poop out some tokens.
That's right, and it's instant speed.
Heart Piercer Bow, nice. Mm-hmm. Throw that on a Scorpion, you've got the most confuddling thing. Next we've
We
got
had befuddling.
Nice. Nice.
Sage's Row Denizen.
That's right. You can mill me. Don't actually try to mill me. It wouldn't work out for you.
Oh, yeah.
You only have 1. If you had more, maybe.
Mammoth Spider.
3/5 for
Now
5
we're getting
with-
into territory
reach.
that I'm familiar with.
Right?
Yes.
Big old creatures that reach up and
It's not a giant spider. It's a mammoth spider.
oh, it's bigger than giant.
That's right.
You pay more for this guy.
That's right. That's right. And he's bigger.
Goblin Bird Grabber.
Yep, he holds on to the birds. That flavor text, by the way, is my favorite. It says, "I opens my mouth to catch the bugs."
I love the idea of this. and if I can play it, I'll be really pleased.
You have to have another flyer. That's all you need to have, and then he can gain flying.
And so far, we really don't have too many of those.
It doesn't seem that way. Tempsis is flyer.
Yeah, but that's one. Although I've taken chances on
He
funnier.
says we're playing either of those colors.
Yeah, that's true.
Our next card is Sleep Paralysis.
Damn it, that's a good card.
Ooh, that one's good.
Yeah, that's right. 5 colors, huh? Ooh, man.
5 color good stuff. We've got all the best of blue. The nope.
Yep, pretty much.
And if it does get through, nope.
Yeah, pacifisms, all that good stuff.
Our next card, Boneclad Necromancer.
That's right. That's
All
right.
the good black, right?
You can exile any card from a graveyard, and you get a 2/2 zombie out of it if you want.
Yeah, I like that idea.
It's not bad. It's a little expensive because you only get a 3/3, but you get a 3/3 and a 2/2, and it's any card from any graveyard, so it can be creature card. Excuse me. So it could be from my graveyard if there's something you're afraid I might get back or try to get back.
Oh, yeah.
Or you could get it from your own if you just need the 2/2 zombie and you know that you don't necessarily care about getting a random 1/1 back. That's all.
So they just all become our graveyards, Amy.
Yeah.
Every graveyard is our graveyard, and we'll just handpick like that one.
Yeah.
That's right.
Our next is a Salvager of Ruin.
It's your first uncommon as well.
Nice. Our next uncommon is Aether Gust. Aether Gust?
Ether.
Ether.
Ether Gust.
Why have an A there? We're just gonna. He's not even gonna use it.
Oh, there's a whole thing about that word that you have missed out on.
The
my
A
friend.
and the E used to be connected in all the cards that had that word on it. That one side of the A just had 3 prongs coming off of it for the E, and then they changed it so it wasn't that anymore. And so then because it used to be Aether,
Yeah.
as you said it, now it's Ether. Yep,
I think this is over.
we're done here. Thanks.
We're done.
Nope.
I as a person, refuse to play logistics in that sort of way.
You have one more uncommon left.
Flame Sweep.
There you go.
Nice.
2 damage to everybody.
Ooh.
I love
Except
the
for
idea,
creatures
except for
with
creatures you control with flying.
That's right.
So,
Nice.
maybe that goblin will get out of the way.
No,
Well, that's a good card,
Does he
but I don't
gain
think for
flying, or
us.
does he only attack as if he had flying? I think he might gain flying. He gains flying. You're right.
All right. We're definitely throwing
Well,
that
didn't
in.
we have the other flying goblin?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
but it has flying on your turn, and that is an instant. So if you played it on my turn, it wouldn't count. But yeah, you could have the other goblin in there fly. and
Goblins
There
come
we
and
go,
goblins go.
Flying goblin deck.
save. You'd need that goblin ringleader that I got. I don't know.
What do you mean you got?
The foil? Yeah, you're right. You got it.
Maybe you leave it on a table. Maybe you go to the bathroom. Maybe it's in our deck now.
Your next rare or mythic. Feel. Go ahead. You read it. That's
Field
fine.
of the Dead.
The cards
Field
whatever.
that enters the battlefield tapped.
Yeah, you
Tapped
can-
to add 1 colorless.
Yeah.
Whoop-de-doo. Another land enters the battlefield under your control. If you control 7 or more lands with different names, create a 2/2 black zombie creature
with
token.
different names. So if you're playing
Well-
5 color good stuff and the Field of the Dead, you still need another land with a different name.
Yep, we'll get right on not
No,
using
thank
this.
you.
Past that one. Oh, look, mountain! Now we're excited again. We're back in. We're good. We're good stuff.
Right.
Ooh,
Ooh. Oh, it's that foil with
With the rabbit.
Yeah,
pattern matcher.
that's right. He's okay.
An uncommon foil.
Yeah, not
Look,
bad.
The bunny shines.
That's right,
Look at
the bunny's
that.
in the foil.
Look at that.
That's right.
Why
That's
don't
what
you
we
just
pay
hand me
for.
that Field of the Dead? I'll stick it in the recycling right now.
Oh, you know what? I bet I can make that funny.
Yeah, you just play it for
And a treasure token.
All right.
Because we're going to get lots of treasure in our last pack.
1 pack
Yes,
to
we
go.
are.
This is where we draw the cards that clearly indicate the deck that we're building.
Well, it's where you get Mu Yanling, and then between her, Flood of Tears, and Attempsis, you just have a really nice blue deck. And all your counter spells, and then I get really upset because you have counter spells, and I'll be mad about
And black.
it. And black. Sure.
So if you don't, you should find a
That's
nearby
beautiful.
store
Oh yeah. Always support your
and
local
magic
game
events
stores.
wherever you are.
Yep.
Locator.wizards.com. And you know what? If you go to one card store and have a bad experience, there is always another one across town.
We've all been there.
Oh yeah.
Everybody's been there.
And so, We're moving on from bad card stars. We're into a good pack. And the first card in our best pack is Duress. Noise.
I do not like that card.
Amy and I really like this card.
Okay, good. Play it against me. That's fine.
We've got Inspiring Captain.
Again, so that's the second one of those you've done.
I mean, his
If you
presence
play
doesn't-
white, he's not that inspiring to
Play
you.
good stuff. We've got Squad Captain.
If you go wide, that's a good
So
card.
we've got so many captains here.
Yeah, all the
We're gonna have a chain of chain O command.
That's right.
Struggle.
Yep.
Too bad they don't band anymore.
Oh,
Too
God.
bad they don't band.
Yeah, totally. You're the only one who thinks that.
I miss banding. In the comments, let me know what you think of banding. Should it stay dead? Should they bring that back?
It should 100% stay dead.
I am going to keep checking, by the way. So please, if you're watching this video in 2022, which, by the way, hello, you definitely should comment as whether banding is back.
Yeah.
Sanitarium Skeleton.
That card's insane. Oh, it never goes away.
It won't.
You just kill it, pay 4 mana, and it comes back, and you just kill it and pay 4
3
mana.
mana.
Well, yeah, but and then replay. It goes back to your hand, so you got to
Well,
play
yeah.
for the one.
Yeah, but that I don't count.
Okay, fair enough.
Our next card is Goblin Smuggler. All right,
Goblins.
Goblin deck.
More goblins.
Black and Goblins.
More goblins.
We've got a Silverback Shaman.
That's your
Another
second
one.
one. I didn't get any. You guys got
Another
2.
one.
Jesus. Thanks, DJ.
We're
Khaled.
not getting enough good green stuff, though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Our next card is Lavakin Brawler.
That card's real good in the elemental deck.
good.
Real good.
She's good.
For each elemental you control. You see what that says? For each elemental you control.
We don't have a lot of elementals, though, I don't think.
We've got a couple. We've got enough where this in operant playing could be a problem.
Because don't forget, elementals are in red. I believe they are also in green and blue.
Oh,
So,
wow.
yeah, Teamer has a lot of elementals. Plus, that Chandra uncommon that you opened gives all elementals +2/+0 until end of turn.
Yes, I recall.
Yep.
Goblin Elemental 5-color good stuff. Here we go.
Ooh,
Cloudkin
that's an
Seer.
elemental.
Nice.
And it's a seer with flying, so
Yep.
good. We can
And
incinerate the
it's the
table.
second, it's the
She's
second
good.
one you got,
She's good.
and she draws a card when she enters. Good card.
Our next card is
Aw.
Ferocious Pup.
I'll need to borrow that as well.
Yeah, you know what, Amy? I think you can go put this card somewhere else. Our next card is Prismite.
Prismite. Helps you fix your mana for your 5-color good stuff.
Prismite, you're in, bro.
Card's real bad for fixing your mana. Don't play that.
What do you mean?
You have to tap
it's
2
two to give me 1 mana of any color.
Sure.
He looks
Sure.
like the
What a good
Diamond Knight.
trade-off.
Any
looks
color.
like the Diamond
Think
Knight.
of
Does
the
look like Diamond.
value.
Yeah, think of the value.
For 2.
No, you're right. Play it. You're right.
To stretch in to my oh no, I put 0 black mana into my deck.
Yep, you're right. Play it. Ooh, okay. First uncommon.
Molder Vine.
Molder Vine.
Molder Vine.
Reclamation.
Yeah, I jokes at it. All right.
It's from the X-Files.
Yes. Molder and Scully Vine Reclamation.
Now it has to go in the deck.
It's not a bad card. It's an enchantment. But yeah, whenever one of your creatures dies, you gain a life and draw a card. It's not bad.
Our next one is Thought Distortion. Love that
Look
art.
at the guy's poor
Isn't that
face.
great?
Oh god, poor face. I don't love this card either, but it's fine. It's 6 mana, so if I don't have a ton of other cards left in my hand, it's bad. But
Not about it.
But yeah, I would reveal my hand, and you would exile all non-creature, non-land cards from my hand and graveyard. So you could hit my graveyard as well. It's still probably not that good, but it's there. And your third uncommon. Ooh.
Barkhide Troll. Nice.
2 mana, 2/2, enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter, and you can remove the counter for a mana and give it hexproof until end of turn. And your last, rare or mythic. Something good, come on. Ooh.
Oh.
It's your
The cre-
5th color that you haven't gotten.
It's the creature that I really wanted, and now Amy is going to yell at me because I'm going to try to put
I
this
did
in.
not say we couldn't go green. I said we couldn't go white.
Oh, good.
But
All
now
right.
you have a rare in all 5 colors and a land as a rare as well.
Yeah, but field of the meh.
Field of the useless. But yeah, what's the name of that card, by the way? You didn't say it.
Voracious Hydra.
Very good.
And we've got Bloodfill Caves. This
Helps
kind of
you-
helps.
It helps you fix a little bit.
And when it enters the battlefield, we gain a life.
That's right. More life gain.
And an elemental, which is a sign that we should maybe possibly think about 5-color elemental goblin good stuff.
Well, you will see.
No.
You will see in a second what I decided to go with, and then after that, you will see what Dave and Amy decided to go with. But stick around; we will see you all in just a second. So after some deliberation, I went with 2 colors, splashing 1 card. Not even 1 color, 1 card in the Rotting Regisaur. I just think it's too good to not play it. I did have the Murder as well, but that's double black, and it's the only other black card that I would have wanted to play. And for my splash, I have a single Gift of Paradise and a single Jungle Hollow. I may put a Swamp in as well. If I do, I may consider the Murder, but to be fair, I think this is plenty, and worst comes to worst, if I'm doing sideboarding of some kind against Dave and Amy, I may just take the Regisaur, the Gift of Paradise, and the Jungle Hollow out, just add a Forest or a Plains, and then 2 random cards for these 2.
You're
But
gonna need that Murder.
yeah, I might need that Murder. Who knows? But so we have a Johnny. Obviously, I put Gargos in. We have a lot of flyers: Dawning Angel, Herald of the Sun, Griffin Protector, Griffin Sentinel, and the Loyal Pegasus. In terms of removal, not a ton, to be completely honest with you. We've got Pacifism and Rabid Bite, which are fine cards, don't get me wrong. And we've got God's Willing. Now, also notably, I was saying to Dave and Amy earlier, and I believe there was some unhappy responses, but Gargos is going to work out pretty well because Rabid Bite and both of these Moments of Heroism target my creatures, so that would be a fight. As well as these 2 Wolfkin Bonds also target, so that would be a fight, and God's Willing targets, so that would also be a fight for Gargos, if any of those cards get played or utilized. So
Fighting round the board.
that's right. And again, as we mentioned with the Nightpack Ambusher, both of these Wolfkin Bonds make wolves, the Ferocious Pup makes wolves and is a wolf itself, and the Nightpack Ambusher makes wolves if I don't play anything, like if I'm leaving up Moments of Heroism or things, Inspired Charge or things like that. So, or God's Willing even. So this is the deck that I am going to be running with. Again, if and when I sideboard, these things might change, but for now, this is the deck that I have. As you heard, obviously, as I mentioned earlier, Dave and Amy do know what this is, and as you will see in a second with Dave's deck tech, I will know what that deck is as well. But we are going to cut now, go to Dave's deck tech, and then we will get right into the game. So we will see you all in a second.
Now that you've seen Joe's deck, you can see Amy and mine winning combination we've made here. We synergized together, and we figured out that we really don't want any middle of the road drops. We want low end, high end, and nothing really in between. On this one's, we looked at Amy's point of didn't really want white started as a passing comment, and it became true prophecy
Yes.
when we
Yes.
just got, one pacify card that was the only thing that I had a contention about, and 1 card doth not make for splashing. Joe.
Hey, you know what? Maybe.
I'm really happy about the fact that we have some big green stompy creatures
Yes.
and some black kind of stompy creatures, and Amy and mine favorite card, Fortress Crab.
I like the Octoprophet too.
Octoprophet's good.
So much fun to play that card. But I really also like that our beginning cards will do a lot when they come in, and then like our Sanitarium Skeleton will be there for the long haul.
Oh, yeah.
Unless things go very wrong, and then in which case we intended for him to be gone. Don't you worry about it.
And I'm glad that he's your favorite because my favorite is the Knight of the Ebon Legion.
Yeah.
He is just an incredible card. I was unaware that he was so friggin' cheap. Just so
Yep.
awesome.
No, he's not that good. You guys shouldn't have played him.
Especially because didn't you get trounced at a pre-release about this with this
I may
card?
have. If they play it on turn 1 and you have no removal for it, it gets out of hand so quickly. Because, like, if you don't want to chump block it one time, or if you do, you may not be able to chump block it the second time, and then it itself, if it gets pumped, gets to trigger its own ability and give itself more counters.
Oh, yeah.
If you have multiple instances of 3 mana, you can use that ability more than once. So you can give it +6/+6 and Death Touch. It's just that card is
that
terrible.
sounds very like aggro to me somehow.
Well, that's again.
and
So
which
he'll
is perfect because our deck has no red in it at all, which made me angry.
so he'll slowly move his way all the way over here.
Yeah, to hang out with a Tempsis and your Voracious Hydra.
I also am really happy that Amy. I don't know if you've played many blue decks, but I know
have
that
not.
I really haven't either, and so I'll be really excited for once to be able to nope other people's stuff instead of
Right.
having my stuff noped.
Right, that would be
You guys
great.
have 3 different counter spells as well as sleep paralysis. So
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're definitely on your way with that one.
Woo,
I-
sexy.
Joe, Amy, and I did have a conversation about Unholy Indenture. I like the idea of that. I love the idea of, enchant a creature and know that it'll be back in our control. Be it something that Joe has that's useful that we can nope. Well, excuse me, we won't be able to nope it with those, but be able to zap it with something bigger and then have it with us.
Like Bone Splinters, you could put it on something that you're going to sacrifice to Bone Splinters.
Yeah.
And you could put it on something like the Knight, where if it's very difficult for me to deal with it, I kill it once, and then you immediately get it back with another counter, which means I have to think about whether it's going to die or not.
And that's why we've got a second
I'm
Unholy.
tearing up.
We've got a second Unholy Indenture in the sideboard just in case that does start to come into more use than, say, like a Bone to Ash, which, late game could be a very helpful thing if we're looking at our Voracious Hydra and Joe
Yeah.
starts to get smarmy about his own Hydra coming out.
Getting our Hydra fight on.
Yeah. Our Sphinx.
Yeah, Tempsis
well-
is good.
I'm interested in the Tempsis. I'm really interested to see if we have my usual luck of getting backlogged in the hand, because we intentionally did not put a lot of draw cards in too many.
I was going to say,
We
you only really had like 1 or 2 that you were like really considering. I feel
Yeah.
like, but
So we won't necessarily get to use that automatic win the game, but Yugi used Exodia at least once. So we'll see if we can't Tempsis all seeing
Yeah,
Joe's
maybe.
side of the board.
it's the alternate win con. So you do it.
And I love those. I really do. I'm really happy that I got to stick Blight Beetle in, especially because if you saw Joe's list, this is going to come in real handy.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty
For a
good.
1/1, and especially if we can start throwing some Feral Invocations or other things to it, then suddenly it starts being more of a problem for Joe than he realizes.
True, very true. So yeah, this is really cool. It's funny. The power level of your kit was not as high as mine, and yet I think your deck is very good against mine. You've also got, I don't know that you mentioned it, but you've also got that Mammoth Spider over there,
Yes.
which is a 3/5 reacher, and I have a number of flyers, so it's a little scary. It's definitely something I'll have to deal with. I see a lot of threats on the
Yeah.
board that I'm going to have to worry about dealing with in one way or another, although don't forget, I had some too. So,
Oh, yes.
Well, but I feel like ours had a bit more synergy than yours. Like you mentioned synergies earlier, Dave, and I think that the cards that we picked for our deck just go well together a little bit more than the cards that you picked for your deck, and
Yeah.
I think that just is luck of the draw and what we had in our kits.
yes and no, don't forget my wolf sub-theme. But
Yeah, well,
otherwise,
yes.
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 I don't disagree with you other than that. But
And I might just be able to make that determination about this deck based on the fact that we already know what's in yours.
right, which is fair.
You know?
But I mean, and obviously we all, like, again, I said this at the beginning, we all worked collaboratively on these decks.
Yeah.
This is going to be a game for fun. There's literally no prize. There's nothing for the losers. It's just whoever we're going to play, we're going to have fun, and we're going to see how we do. Although notably, this is kind of a long video, and if we're going to then play 3 games in a row, that's going to be a long video. It could be 2 games, but it could be 3. That could be a long video as well. So what we're going to do here, you probably saw it from the timestamp down below, we are going to stop for this particular video. We very much encourage you to stay tuned to the channel because we're probably going to come back next week or maybe on Saturday because we do have Jar on Thursday as usual, but thank you. But do feel free to come back to the channel. You can subscribe when that button pops up on the screen. It helps us out quite a bit. Like we said, and we will mention it next week as well, don't forget to check out Dave, twitch.tv/DAM314. And if you... If you do, you might see me there on occasion. I've been there every once in a while, you know, playing some Spider-Man as a hero on the PlayStation 4.
And I'll ignore that little aside.
Jab.
But we definitely seeing Joe on Dynasty Warriors 9 streams.
12 hours long.
Watching my eye almost fly out of my head in the first 5 minutes of the game.
Or me beating Lu Bu when I wasn't supposed to.
Yeah, you have to freeze Lubu 5 times. Oh.
Or beat him a second time. But anyway, so definitely go check out Dave. Thank you, Dave, for being with us for this one.
you.
And for the next one as well, which hopefully you all will tune into that one. So, from the Geek for All YouTube channel, we have had a great time. Thank you all so very much for watching this one. Like I said, stay around for the next one. I have been Joe.
And I'm Amy.
And I'm Dave.
And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.